Yeah, I remember crying, leaving my parents to go into Mrs. Lemon's class in year 1. And then I met my best mate, who was my best mate for years. So yeah, I remember that vividly. It was cool. We played all day. It still is Cheryl Cole. It has always been Cheryl Cole. Yeah, that was my first Stallone. Yeah, I remember the first time I went go karting. It was for my 8th birthday, and my parents got me go kart lessons. And I remember arriving there, and like they had the instructor drive around in front of me, and he was driving so slow. I hit him at the back, and he sort of made a joke. Oh, he's going to be a fast one, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a fast one, fast driver. But yeah, it was inside this huge indoor arena, and you just get like lightheaded after all the fumes and that. But I remember every sort of month I used to go for 2 hours on a Sunday. It was ace. Yeah, so the first time I stepped into a proper sports car from the virtual world was during GT Academy at Brands Hatch, and it was a 370Z. And I had an instructor next to me, and I was in these red Sparko boots which I bought on eBay for £7, and I'd never been sideways up until that point. There was like a cone circuit, and I had this car sideways. Never done that in my life, and I remember that moment a lot, because that was the first time getting out of the car and sort of shaking with adrenaline. And there was a film crew there as well, and I was talking so fast, and I just loved it. So that was the first moment of virtual to reality. Yeah, I remember the first time I passed a FIA sort of driver's signature. You need 12 of those to get an international C license. And so when I first started racing after winning GT Academy, there was loads of races which I had to do to get your first signature. And I remember doing my first race at Pembrey in the Classic Sports and Saloons Championship. And Pembrey's a home track for me because I live in Cardiff, so that was cool. So the first proper race I did was at GT Academy at Silverstone. It was the final sort of race before whoever got crowned champion. There was 4 of us on the grid, so that was the first ever real life race I've had, which was really exciting. It was almost like a racing game lobby. You're in the lobby, you can talk to each other, and then you get in your car, and then you're on the grid. And when you're on the grid and the lights are on, that's when it becomes real. And they go out, and there's no better feeling sat on the grid, apart from winning a race. But there's nothing better than sitting on the grid knowing you're going to have a race. It's the coolest feeling in the world. My first proper podium, I would say. I had podium wins in getting my license, so club level races, but my first international proper professional win was in a 24-hour race, or podium anyway. It was from 3rd in class at Dubai after 24 hours, and that was mega, because at that point I was in the car. In GT racing, you have shared cars, so there's 4 drivers, and all 4 of us were GT Academy drivers, so all 4 of us were gamers before. So there was 4 of us all on the podium, and then 3 years ago we were just normal people. So to be up there with my mates was sick. It was a really good moment, and yeah, that was the first proper podium.
And you actually see Prost there it's actually Prost we're now watching. And Prost is in 8th place. He's looking for Jann as well, but Jann's got again.
Jann's had a spin trying to pass Senna. He tried to go down the inside of Senna and had a spin, and he's now down into 7th place.